Hello everybody, today we are talking with Prutha. I'm not seeing this camera, no?
No.
Yeah. Hi everybody, we're talking with Prutha today. We are talking about casual stuff. We'll also be talking about the reality of this generation. I am very happy and grateful to be a part of this podcast.
Thank you so much.
And I look forward to a very nice casual conversation. So yeah, over to you.
Thank you so much, Rinesh sir, for being on this podcast. To start with, this generation has been, they have a lot of resources to explore what they want to do. But still, I believe कि कहीं पे एक clarity एक gap है, discipline का एक gap है, and they are not really sure. They are very confused. So, what do you think on it?
See, confusion comes with mental instability, what I feel. Nowadays, students or anybody for that matter, it's not only about students, even me for that matter, there's so many things to do. There's so many things to research upon, there's so many things about new things that we want to learn, so many geopolitical issues that we are also inclined to. It feels like it's our own thing, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many things going on in our head which cause confusion, but naturally that is like a main concern that we should be addressing. Other than that, with the growing technology, technology is always made as a solution, right? But we people use it as a way where we do not take it in the right way, we do not consume it in the right tangent possible. you know I would put myself into everything. At night 2 a.m. I'm surfing through Instagram reels, which when Instagram did not exist, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
I'm not saying it's wrong because it's bread and butter for a lot of people. For us also to run the campaigns, advertisements, awareness, try and do something different in terms of content creation. It's a great help, but it's again on the people how they take it, and that's something that I would like to address. Confusion comes when internally you're thinking something, not something where externally affects you. There are so many things going to be happening in the world in the near future, right? Good things, bad things, mediocre things, but it's on how you take it.
So how would you advise youth कि how should they deal with the social media? Because discipline एक है कि सोशल मीडिया है तो हम स्क्रॉल करेंगे, तो वो एक पॉइंट छूट जाता है कि मैंने अगर स्टार्ट किया स्क्रॉल करना, तो शायद वो मेरे दिमाग में वो चलेगा नहीं कि मैंने अगर 1 बजे स्टार्ट किया तो 3 बज गए, मुझे ध्यान में ही नहीं आया. दे कीप ऑन स्क्रोलिंग. नेक्स्ट डे दे वेक अप ऑल एग्जॉस्टेड. तो वो बाउंड्री लाइन कहाँ तक होनी चाहिए, क्या बॉर्डर लाइन है और क्या ध्यान में रखना है, बिकॉज पीपल हैव गोल्स एंड दे हैव टू वर्क फॉर दैट.
प्रॉब्लम यही है कि लोग बहुत सोचते हैं. Like even if for example 2 a.m. 3 a.m. they're surfing on Instagram, it's okay next day. Don't take that guilt.
Okay.
What I feel, because I've also observed वो गिल्ट लेने में आधा दिन चला जाता है. अरे यार रात को सोया नहीं. I feel exhausted because I was on Instagram. It's because you're training your own mind that you were exhausted. If you wake up fresh with a fresh perspective, it will not affect you.
Okay.
Right? Because it's, as I mentioned, it's us, the problem makers.
Okay.
Right? When we go, as you mentioned, at 3 a.m. tak we're looking at Instagram, reels, content, FaceTime, whatever. Any social media platform you use. But next day when you wake up with a clear mindset that okay, if I did, it's okay, fine. But what next? What is in the future?
Okay.
What do I hold for today? Rather than cribbing about yesterday, which eventually will trouble your today also. So that is something that we have to work upon and communicate to students at JD also. What we do is that it's fine. It's okay if you have had a bad day or a bad night or a bad relationship. What next? We've also had relationships, we've also failed, we've also had bad experiences in our lives, we've also been exhausted through social media because we also thought that अरे 3 o'clock तक हम कुछ कर रहे थे, right? But next day it's on how you take it, right? Don't let it affect your future or present because of one, not a mistake but one thing where you've invested a lot.
It's about your brain, your mindset. You shouldn't वो पकड़ के नहीं रखना है, मतलब अगर आगे
3 दिन तक चलता है लोगों के. मैं उस दिन रात को 3 बजे सोया. अरे इट्स ओके, सो गया तो सो गया ना, थोड़ा लेट उठा बट काम तो किया कि नहीं. नहीं, काम नहीं किया तो आप गलत कर रहे हो. अगर काम किया तो इट्स ओके. आई वुड से गो नेक्स्ट डे अगेन इन द नाइट सर्फ टू Instagram, बिकॉज आई टेल यू Instagram, द पॉजिटिव साइड ऑफ Instagram इज दैट यू गेट सो मेनी पर्सपेक्टिव्स. आप Instagram सर्फ करते हो तो योर रील्स of course, with the help of AI, give you certain results based on your searches. But there's so many different content creators creating good content also on Instagram. And when in the night when we perceive reels is the time when our mind is the most creative. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
is the time when our mind works a lot. So adapt to it in a nice way. Help it to create reels in the future. Help it to create your own content for that matter, and that will help you eventually.
तो सोशल मीडिया की एक साइड है कि इट मेक्स पीपल एम्बिशियस. लोग देखते हैं कि मेरे फ्रेंड्स ये कर रहे हैं, मुझे भी अचीव करना चाहिए, बट एट द सेम टाइम दे बिकम एंशियस. तो वो बैलेंस कैसे रखना चाहिए यूथ को, बिकॉज दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हेन इट कम्स टू सोशल मीडिया.
See, I mean, I can't blame social media for this. I can't blame anybody. This balance comes with an age, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm also Gen Z. I'm dealing with a lot of students from the next generation, which is Alpha. Now Gen Z is also. It's an age. It's inbuilt. There is comparison, there is frustration, there is growth, there is doubt, there is confidence, self-confidence, questioned confidence. A lot of things at that age people go through, right? So it is but natural to have these sort of gaps, or rather have these sort of questions coming your way in your journey. Addressing those questions is the right key, and that only comes with a right resilience and a right perseverance. What is right resilience? सहन शक्ति बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है आज की तारीख. If you cannot have the right resilience in today's world, you're dead. Because when we talk about business, we talk about films, we talk about podcasting, we talk about a lot of different in the engineering, science, doctorate, lot of things comes with resilience. A very recent example of the NEET thing that happened, right? Students need resilience to accept that, because it's years of hard work, right? One mistake, it's okay, right? Today people are creating an issue out of it that ye ho gaya, wo gaya galti. What next? Don't stick up on the mistakes. Go forward, see what you can do in your future. Only that will be able to help you and get success to you. So there is gap, but at the end, balance is something. When the night, when you sleep, you need to think that what you did right, what you did wrong, or how can you get better. Those are the only three things you take in when you sleep, and that is the balance that can be provided. In life, you always have to be very simple. Like it's one we are the same generation. I started off very early in my profession, my business. I took over very early. So, it's all about very simple life, simplistic approach towards life. Only then can we grow. Because if you're jumbled inside, you will not be able to focus on a lot of things. Today I was telling ma'am that there's so many things that are going upon right now. There's this admission cycle, training, then placements, the show that we are doing, so many things going ahead. But I know my priorities, right? So I need to be sticking onto those priorities and then eventually get the work done. So it's all about simple life.
So what's your definition for simple life?
Have fun. मजा करो. It's okay. क्या करोगे? मजा करो, रात को घूमो. Yeah. Because see, I believe in one thing. Experiential learning is the new wave of education. Not only for students, but a lot of in the general people also, who are educators or actors, anybody for that matter. Why experiential learning? When you go out is the time when you learn. Yeah. Regardless of the time you're going out, right? प्रगति कब होती है? जब आप लोगों को मिलते हो, और वो लोग नहीं जो सेम लोग हो हर रोज. Meet new people, get different perspectives, their analysis towards life, their approach towards their work, their approach towards personal life also, for that matter. It will give you more perspectives and eventually shape you as a right person.
Right.
And that is something that I want my students at JD, I want everybody for that matter to practice, because I have done that and I've felt the right things. I would go out on cycling at night, 10 p.m. I would leave home. 1 o'clock तक घर पे आ गया. Cycling, I used to go to Bandra Bandstand, nice stuff. Have good, breeze,
nice and atmosphere.
atmosphere. Every station, अंधेरी, विले पार्ले में भी जू, सेंटा क्रूज, खार, बैंड्रा, every locality had a different culture, and it still has that. Nobody believes it, but when you go every day, you observe. Every locality has a different culture, has a different set of people, different mindset. That teaches you a lot. So yeah.
ये स्पोक अबाउट पर्सनालिटी की हमें उस हिसाब से हमारे अपने आप को शेप करना चाहिए. एक ये साइड है कि जेनजी का सोशल मीडिया में वो लोग देख रहे हैं कि सक्सेसफुल है, तो दे आर रनिंग नाउ टूवर्ड्स सक्सेस. बट द रियल क्वेश्चन इज, आर दे रियली रनिंग टूवर्ड्स द सक्सेस और द लाइफस्टाइल दैट इज अटैच्ड टू सक्सेस? क्योंकि वो देख रहे हैं कि वो जो सक्सेसफुल है अपनी फील्ड में, वो उनकी लाइफस्टाइल ये है, दे गेट ऑल द फेम एंड दे हैव ऑल द एडवांटेजेस, बट प्रोबेबली दे हैव मिस्ड आउट ऑन द पाथ कि उन लोगों ने क्या एफर्ट्स लिए, उनकी क्या जर्नी थी. So what are they really working for? Are they working for, since you have been dealing with students like for so many years now, उनके क्या माइंडसेट, उनको सक्सेस की तरफ भागना है या उससे जो लाइफस्टाइल मिलती है, जो उसका बाय प्रोडक्ट है, वो उनका रियल गोल है?
So I'll ask you one question. What is success for you?
For me, success is I fulfill all my goals. I have the freedom कि जब मुझे चाहिए तब मैं मेरे काम को साइड पे रख के I can do whatever I want. And yeah, and a good health.
Good health. So every individual has a different perseverance towards success. As you mentioned, if we are pointing out as social media influencers and content creators, their success is the number of followers and the fame that they get, right? Similar success is Bollywood. Similar success is music. Similar success has so many glamorous industries. Fame, right? It's the biggest pillar, umbrella, success that people want to follow. Like that, there are different industries that are not open to public. Now, for example, education industry, chemical industry, people might not be aware about the insights of these industries, but there are so many successful edupreneurs. It's a new term, I don't believe in it, but
educators and entrepreneurs.
Yeah, educators and entrepreneurs, they are successful in their own fields, right? They also want success in different terminologies. They breathe success in a very different way, right? So everybody will have a different perspective towards success. Running towards success, so we're all born for that.
Yeah, we all are running.
Nobody is satisfied. Every new day is a new thing. Everybody is greedy. How much ever people say I'm not greedy, that person is the most greedy, right? So everybody, as I mentioned, has a different run and a different chase towards success. And it's okay to fail. Very okay to fail. करते रहो तो ही success पाओगे. If you're not failing, is a question that you should ask yourself. Why? Because yeah, that chase or that run towards success is not on the right track. Because let me tell you, success does not come easy. As I mentioned off the camera, when we were shooting the music video, we shot it in September. We released today, which is May, right?
So many months.
So many months, हम लोग ने इतने सारे music videos बना लिए थे उतने time, right? There's so many minute details, so many things to chase, so many things to achieve. ये चाहिए, ऐसा shot चाहिए, we want this shot only, we want the right colors. So minute things matter the most. And that eventually got us success after the music video was released, right? So chase, run hard, run sprint, do whatever it takes, but follow the right track.
What do you think? What this generation craves more emotionally, but they are not saying it out openly?
I agree to it. I mean, we come in a generation where we've been taught that be in your own space. Also, because of the rise in the technology, people have access to a lot of phones and the iPads and the laptops. So we surf through. We hold our emotions tight. It's a big issue. We need to be vocal about things. We need to be practical about things. The solution to this, I feel, is that it is very simple. Again, just go out, have some fresh air, go out, meet new people. So I've made a rule in my office is that every individual who's at a leadership position needs to meet 5 new people every day. Those 5 new people can be anybody, literally anybody. If it's not from your industry, it's okay. If from your industry, well and good. but just meet 5 new people, add on to your contact list, and let me tell you, these people have to be reporting to me over email that these are the 5 new people I've met.
Interesting. What change do you see then?
They have a larger perspective.
Okay.
Now when we talk about comparison, हमको बहुत सारे दिन में ऐसा लगता है कि यार नहीं ये नहीं है मेरे पास, वो नहीं है मेरे पास, ये चाहिए वो चाहिए, I want so much in life. When you see the other person, when you talk to the other person, their life struggles are different,
Yeah.
which hit you, right? So people become more calm, right? People look at things in a larger way, and that is only achievable when you meet people, not through online mediums, because that will have a shield and a filter towards meeting different people, right? When I'm sitting in front of you, I can observe many things in you. If I'm on the call or if I'm on a Google Meet or a video conference, I cannot make up.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a rule that people at JD follow, and it's turned out to be successful. So my chase is that, as a leader, my chase is that my team members find success.
Okay.
For example, my content creator, my content executive, he's been asked to make 5 new artworks every day, regardless of the work that he has. Why? Because नया कुछ बनाएगा ना तो आइडिया आती रहेगी, वो रुकना जरूरी नहीं है. Today my content executive, I'll bet, is faster than Claude.
Oh.
I bet is faster than ChatGPT. Claude, he can make designs right, left, and center. That is only achievable when he's made those 5 artworks every single day. We've also done. I still do. I love Canva. I love Adobe. I love editing. When I'm just easy, I just do that. So just do the things whenever you get time.
वो एक ब्रेन को भी एक अलग पर्सपेक्टिव मिलता है देखने का, तो इट जस्ट स्टार्ट्स वर्किंग एज फास्ट एज इट कैन. एंड जनरली ऐसे सिचुएशंस जब हमारे सामने आते हैं, वी आर लिमिटेड टू स्पीकिंग टू अ फ्यू पीपल, तो वी नो दैट दिस इज हाउ वर्ल्ड लुक्स लाइक, एंड ये हमारे दिमाग में बस उतनी इन्फॉर्मेशन है. बट एज यू मेंशन इट राइटली, अगर हम बाहर निकल के जब 10 लोगों के साथ बात करते तो शायद हमें वो चीज समझ में आती कि तो दिस वाज समथिंग आई नेवर थॉट ऑफ, दिस इज अ न्यू विंडो आई कैन थिंक अबाउट.
मेरा एक प्रॉब्लम था, my father always used to tell me that तू लोगों से पूछ कि कैसा होता है. इवन फॉर नेटवर्किंग वी वुड बी लाइक लिंक्डइन में कनेक्ट कर लेंगे, फोन में कनेक्ट, नंबर आ जाएगा. तो पापा बोलते थे हमेशा कि नहीं, उससे पूछ कि रास्ता किधर जाता है, उससे पूछ कोई रेफरेंस है क्या, वो बंदे से पूछ आगे कुछ हो सकता है क्या. जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया ना, मेरे 2 फ्रेंचाइज पार्टनर्स लॉक हुए. I couldn't find them on any social media platforms, any campaigns, but I found them through reference. So that also is very important.
Interesting.
It comes around to one umbrella is meeting people.
Yeah.
So it made me believe that you need to meet more people so that they have network. Some people are looking for the right thing that you offer, right? It's just that you're not able to connect with each other. And see, if God is watching, if you manifest something truly, it's yours.
You believe in manifestation?
I never used to, but things are going the right way what I'm manifesting, so I do believe now.
जब हमारे ड्रीम्स बड़े होते हैं, हमारे गोल्स बड़े होते हैं ना, जनरली यंग पीपल में होता है कि एक पैशन आता है ना, तो दे रन बिहाइंड इट लाइक ब्लाइंडली. वो हसल, वो ग्राइंड, वो दिन रात करेंगे. बट समटाइम्स आपने ऐसे नोटिस किया होगा आपके एक्सपीरियंस में कि दे मेक मिस्टेक्स अगेन एंड अगेन, बट उनको रियलाइज ही नहीं होता है क्योंकि वो अपने एम्बिशन के पीछे इतना ब्लाइंडली भाग रहे होते हैं. What are the mistakes you think and you think that people should know about it, especially ambitious people who are blindly running behind their goals, but they're making mistakes again and again and they're not realizing about it?
I have a different belief towards your question. Mistakes are never understood, or we can never analyze a mistake that I am not in any position to guide that ये mistakes मत करो, क्योंकि सबके लिए अलग अलग mistakes होंगे. सबके लिए वो मिस्टेक्स का स्कैंटिटी बहुत अलग होगा, लेवल अलग होगा कि बड़ा मिस्टेक है, छोटा मिस्टेक है. आई कैन जस्ट टेक देम थ्रू माई एग्जाम्पल ऑफ मिस्टेक्स दैट आई एम करेंटली डूइंग. वो रोज होता है. रोज पैसा चलता है. एवरी सिंगल डे देयर वाज अ किस्सा. माय फादर हैड वार्न्ड मी बिकॉज माय फादर हैज अबंडेंस ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस. he has, you talk to him for 5-10 minutes, he'll scan you. And give you right perspectives about your own self. That experience is something that teaches that. He warned me कि देख ये XYZ बंदा है, person is not good. मैंने that passion, पापा मैं करूँगा, करिस. Said okay. He was very kind enough. He's still very kind enough to just let me burn money, right? Because we come from Gujarati family, so money, you know how it is.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then he was like, okay, it's your thing. I've given you this much budget. You do whatever you want to. You burn it. You make it. It's your own thing. And that's how you learn business. To be honest, it's something that I thank my parents for. So 7 days after father and I had the conversation, that person only ran away. He ran away to Canada.
With your money.
My money.
Then
what? How do I face my father? तो सोचा था अभी गाली पड़ेगी, पापा डांटेंगे हमको और क्या. But then he was kind enough. He made me understand that, see, I look at life in a different perspective. You look at life in a different perspective. So for me, that mistake was a huge mistake. Then slowly came different, real projects that I had to, practice. There, of course, there's money burnt, but I was calculative. That okay, if I burn this much money, I have this much in my kitty to recover, right? See, when you invest X amount of money, when you invest your time, efforts, anything, you need to have the, ability to recover that investment also.
Yeah.
You cannot blindly invest, it's not only commercial, it's your time, because your time lost is humongous money lost. Efforts lost is humongous energy lost. You imagine if you invest 2 days in somebody which is not worth it, you can rather invest those 2 days in your love life, make your life, right? So there are things which, you need to have the ability upon. Think that, do I have the ability to recover if things go haywire, right? And that is how probably you learn your mistakes. And I would also urge people to learn by realizing it, by your own individual self, because self-realization is the best realization. Nobody can teach you. If you fall, you need to know how to swim, right? And if you fall purposely, you need to be ready to swim. So yeah.
So what you're saying is, अगर कोई काम कर रहा है तो उसके पहले उसके जो कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज होंगे वो भी दिमाग में लेके चलो कि अगर ये गलती से बैकफायर हो
बहुत लोगों को पता भी नहीं होता, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, कि क्या कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज होंगे. So they are not wrong. Just go with the flow. If you fall apart, it's okay. Get up, rise, be calculative the next time, and do not commit the same mistake. Or rather, do not be a little calculative, be a little alert, right? ऐसा मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि mistakes नहीं होंगे. Every day there are people who are making mistakes, and that's okay. Mistakes is not an issue. It's not a concern. It's a part of your growing process. As I mentioned in the first answer, is that if you do not make mistakes, is the time when you're not on the right track. Right? You need to make mistakes. I was having a conversation, just before our podcast. I made a mistake over there. I knew that I had this 3 o'clock conference. I have to reach here at 4 o'clock. But I got late in my previous meetings, right? I could have adjusted my previous meetings to leave on time, reach somewhere on time, attend that webinar, and then come here. But it was my mistake to not be able to do it, right? But I can't be sticking upon that mistake and be guilty about it, think about it the whole day. At that moment when you've committed that mistake, how do you tackle it? Be true at that time, because I made it very clear to those people saying that, see, it's my mistake, I'm sorry, but I will give you the right content. I will give you the right, narrative towards AI, and they agree to it. So be true when you're in the mistake, when you're going through a mistake. That's the guidance that I would like to pass on.
According to you, what's one thing youth is normalizing, but it is silently somewhere damaging their future, and it's not really to be normalized in today's generation especially?
They're normalizing not knowing culture, which is very bad. Because we are in a country which comes with humongous culture. Every city, rather every locality, as I mentioned, is a different mindset and a different culture. They're normalizing it. People today, this generation, feel that there are these set of people the similar way. No, they're not. Somebody is very highly ambitious, somebody is not. Somebody is very passionate, somebody is not. Somebody is very lovable, somebody is not. We think that सब एक जैसे हैं, वो नहीं है. And when we normalize this, it's going to be a danger for the future, because then everybody will want to walk in that same force, but different perspectives will have different clashes. So that's something that an alarming rate people are normalizing. We should not.
Have you seen any examples of that?
Every day, I mean, at JD, we come up with different themes for our students to work, upon. This time the theme is Artisan 2.0, right?
Okay.
Why Artisan 2.0? Because design students, fashion students, interior students, jewelry students, they need to know culture of India, right? They need to know artisans, craftsmanship, heritage of the country that they belong to, right? 2.0, why? Because I know for a fact that I will not be able to stop them from using AI, right? If as an institution or as a leader, if I ask them to not use AI, I am wrong, right? Because then I will be forcing something which is not possible. They will hide and use AI. And that is the worst thing I want for my institution and my students, to be honest, right? So Artisan 2.0, make use of AI, do your research through AI, but you meet those artisans also.
Okay.
And when we, launched the theme, that is the time when students were confused. हम करें क्या? They did not know a lot of artisans. They did not know a lot of culture. That is the time when JD students realized that yes, there is so much beyond Google, AI, technology, Bombay.
So they had to go out and meet the real life artisans and they have to work with them.
My students have gone to Ladakh.
Okay.
They had fun also. Yeah. They went to Ladakh on a road trip. They had fun, but they met those artisans, which is very important. See, everything comes with a cost. I understand. Some students might be, thinking that there are so many additional costs. But when they came back with a very happy mindset. They came back educated about culture, right? It was all worth it at that time. So again, as a leader, there are things which you have to push your people to achieve. It's a difficult task, to be honest, because you have to stand tall at that point. Everybody is against you. Everybody at that point is like, sir, galat kar rahe, ye, wo, aisa. So many things come to you. But when you have the right resilience, when people come back, is the time they're happy. So you need to be sure. So that is how I would feel that, we're normalizing not knowing culture. We should know more of culture. We should know more, many, many things about our own country, because our country is a gold mine.
I mean, I relate to it. I know many of my friends who don't know Indian cultures, but they are very well versed and they have like a good amount of knowledge for the culture that is of foreign countries, and they think it is very cool to know about it and not to know about our Indian culture. So when you spoke about the part, I completely relate to it, and I see a lot in my friends also.
Yeah.
If you are a 20-year-old today, what version of yourself would that person be if this was not the exposure and all the experience you had, and what advice you would have given? Because I believe many people would definitely now see you as a guidance and a mentor, so even they will want to have
a mentor. What advice I'd like to give to my younger self if I was 20 would be the same thing as just go out and understand, be a little serious, help people, because helping teaches you the most. When you teach, you learn the most. So I would give this advice only, but nothing beyond that, because I know for a fact that there's age of fun also. There's everything has its own age. So I would and more importantly, I would let myself be in my own privacy, in my own space, because people do wonder when they're alone, and it's a fact. So I would let that person be. It's controversial, but yeah, it's something that if I have to give my own self, yeah, I would rather give that.
So what is that now, since you are giving advice to your younger self, what is that one harsh truth you feel that many 20-year-old today are missing out on their life, but they must know about it?
They're wanting to do so many things, right, which is not wrong. They're highly ambitious, which is not wrong. But they need to be a master of one thing before they start taking other things in their platter, right? For example, 20-year-old, if it's sports, right? If I wanted to do carrom, a lot of things, So you need to be a master at one so that your base is strong.
Mm.
That mastery can be fitness. You're a great fitness, gymnastic guy. You're venting out into other different, sports and exploring different games. But are you fit? Yes,
Mm.
no. If it's yes, then it'll support you. If no, it will fall flat, right? So you need to be a master of one thing before you probably, and that mastery can be subconscious. It's not that you need to know what you're a master at.
Mm.
If you know what you're a master at, then you will have
Yeah.
ego and high overconfidence and all those things. So always better to not know what you're a good person at or rather expert at, but subconsciously be good at one thing. Now that's I believe because if it's studies, be very good at studies. If it's not studying, don't be good at studies, but be good at something else. That's what I
You
believe.
spoke that master at least one thing. It is generally been seen in the Indian scenario especially कि ये एक बहुत जनरेशन से चलता रहा कि 10th कर लो फिर whatever you want to do, 12th कर लो फिर whatever you want to do, life is all for yours. एंड देन सडनली व्हेन पीपल हैव दिस क्वेश्चन, अरे मुझे क्या पसंद है वो मुझे पता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि अब तक मैंने सिर्फ इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो किए, मैंने अब तक सिर्फ वही किया जो मुझे बोला है कि ये करो वो करो, डिग्री कर लो, जॉब कर लो. बट नाउ व्हेन द क्वेश्चन रियली कम्स कि मुझे क्या पसंद है, मुझे क्या करना है, वो उनको तब तक पता ही नहीं होता. हाउ डू पीपल फाइंड देम?
See, to be honest, my parents have been very supportive. They've always let me do whatever I wanted to. So I will not be able to feel people who are going through this. But I see at a lot of students coming to us talking about this issue. Um, it's okay to be a rebel at home, to fight for the right things, not for the wrong things. Guys, I'm not promoting anything wrong. But it's when you rebel, first you need to have that resilience to face.
Mm.
You need to face the world, you need to face your parents, because your world is revolves around your parents.
Mm.
There's nothing beyond your mother and father, right? You have to face them, you have to face the extended family if there are, you have to face friends, because how much ever friends are easy, they also poke you.
Mm.
अरे सुना नहीं तू, क्यों नहीं सुन रही, right? They also poke you. Then you face your academics, you face your college, mentors, teachers. There are so many channels through which you have to pass by, and being like a shield in those phases make you the right and the strong person you want to, or rather you aspire to be. That would rather make you a better individual at surpassing those obstacles in life. But to me individually, I'm very thankful to God and my parents. They've always supported me to do whatever I want. I wanted to join the legacy very early, and Dad allowed me with warm hands. A lot of parents would be like, "तू पहले पढ़ाई तो खत्म कर." I did my graduation, masters, everything while I was working at JD, right? But I always wanted to because I was curious. I always wanted to have that feeling of, you know, creating that new legacy as well as taking the legacy forward.
Mm.
And thankful to my parents to be able to, for them also it might be a little difficult, when I go back and think that अगर ये लड़के को आना है, he might not have a college life, he might not have a very nice social life, which I had wonders of social life, but they also might be thinking different ways, right? And that is somehow, I always thank them that they let me do what I want. And I urge all the parents to let your children, their child, your best friend, because your child is the bestest friend you can have. Do whatever he or she wants in life, because that will make them happy. And it's okay if they fail. You're there to guide them, not to stop them. Please stop helicopter parenting, because today's kids do not react well to helicopter parenting, and that is the time when they're spoiled. So please let them do what they want. There are good people in the industry. There are good people in the outer world also to guide them. To and also I believe that when students fail, when they fall, is the time when they realize. So let them be.
That's like a gold advice I've given. Yeah, we can actually clap for that. We can.
it's that same. I mean, gold advice why? Because अगर ये normalize हो गया तो अच्छा है ना. Because students, parents, everybody will be happy. This has to be normalized, and how will it be normalized? Only through people like us, academicians, so that we communicate these things to our students and parents, right? If we don't, if we also think in a way that okay, we are getting admissions, okay, we are happy. No, we are not happy. We want good students. We want students with an open mindset. We want students who are flexible, who are not at constant thoughts of going home, taking the stress कि मैं क्या करूँ. So we want them to be happy, have a nice, happy atmosphere.
I think we need more educators and more institutes like how you are mentioning that you have your place. So exposure bhi de rahe. And when you mentioned about that AI, since I just recently completed my college and I completely understand that assignments और ये सब बहुत AI से use करते हैं. And it is also said that future is AI, but what exact part of future is AI? Because just using ChatGPT, just using Claude is not going to work. And it's like students now have stopped using their brain power because they're just blindly following AI. अगर कुछ भी दिया है, अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, तो हम सीधा AI के पास जाएंगे क्वेश्चन करने के लिए. What is the exact correct use of AI? Because future is on it.
The correct use of 2015, digital marketing was a new thing. People at that time would ask us, what is the future of digital marketing, right? We've seen the entire transition of digital marketing, how it moved from Facebook to Meta, how it moved from YouTube to content creation and short reels, right? TikTok, for that matter, it's banned in India. But AI also will have so many things to hold. AI will not replace humans. It will be a great friend, right? And we also as humans need to take AI as a very good friend, not let us be replaced by it, because eventually then you'll be killed. You'll be breathing but with no purpose in life, because slowly and steadily we've also realized that students' creativity is going on a dip because they heavily relies on AI, because everything is very quick. No, if I want something, I just have to type, get it done. Not even type, say everything is done, right? The new things which will come, new things which people we might or not even know at this point what is going to come in the future. But always keep a very clear mindset of the fact that it's going to be a very good friend. Let it be like a friend. Use it to the fullest, but as a friend. Don't let it replace you. So keeping these two things in mind, we'll always have a nice progress towards technology. Otherwise, we'll always be contemplating कि क्या करना है, क्या करेगा AI, what do we do in the future. So many people ask us, job मिलेगा क्या? हाँ मिलेगा ना, AI को use करो. Today, when in films, we interview people who know how to use AI, because we know for a fact that in production there's so many things which is tedious and takes a lot of time. AI can do it for us in 5 minutes. But for the AI also to be able to do it, we need a person who can guide AI also to get that thing done,
Giving
right?
prompt,
Give it a prompt. So that's something that we always look for. So adapt.
So whenever a person, अगर वो कोई भी फील्ड से हो, अगर वो मीडिया फील्ड से हो, they are from any of the fields, science, humanities, psychology, any of the fields they are, उनको उस फील्ड के रिलेटेड जो भी AI टूल्स है वो सीखना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, एंड उसको कैसे स्मार्टली यूज करना है अपने जॉब पे, क्योंकि अगर इफ दे आर नॉट एबल टू डू दैट, देन आई थिंक इट इज अ डेंजर फॉर, दैट्स व्हाट यू आर सेइंग, राइट?
Yeah, that's something that goes hand in hand, to be honest, because in the future these tools are going to be your life partners. If you do not, when Excel sheet came our way, at that time people were like Excel sheet. आज Excel sheet हर एक चीज में आपको चाहिए. Now there is AI in Excel sheet also that does everything for you. But the fun part is that if AI does the formulas for you, and tomorrow when you're stuck with no internet, what will you do? You don't know how to use formulas. So take it as a friend. Don't let it replace you.
So what kind of people you think will survive after 10 years if it is beyond marks, beyond degrees, and beyond your traditional education system?
Skills.
Define skills, because this is like a huge debate, skills versus marks. What kind of exact skills?
Skill can be knocking this also. skill can be sitting in the right posture. Skill can be anything, right? There's so many things which people want practical application on. Today's generation lack at that because we've always been that theoretical generation, right? Why we also at JD, why we are moving at experiential learning is that when you experience is the time when you learn and when is the time when you know.
Okay.
Nobody knows that what mic you're wearing right now, if it comes near a speaker, it will muffle. It will catch different frequencies, right? That only happens when you experience, when you're put into that situation. If you're not put into that situation, then you'll be like, oh shit, what do I do? Then I'll go on AI and ask, right? So skills are the right approach towards the future, and adapting to the right skills, it can be anything for that matter. See, traditional businesses, traditional jobs are always going to be, practiced by people. It's not going to be replaced because it's the need of the hour and it's something that we cannot function without. It's the entire economy that is, relied upon. So adapt to skills, adapt to new things. If I'm hiring a content creator and if that person has good skills of meta ads or a Google ads, I would love it because those skills matter to me. It saves my cost, right? And to the other person, it's win-win by because that person will earn more.
Because उसको ज़्यादा पता है.
He or she knows more, has more skills. For me, if I have to hire 2 people, I'm hiring 1 person with the right skills. So that is something that I would always like to highlight, that in the near future, skills is the right thing that you need to. And which is the only reason why design education, creative education is given light by the government of India also, because there is humongous skill set, there is humongous scope of skills in our industry. And we are glad that the government is supporting us to provide the right skills to people, and we're able to do that.
You spoke about skills. Give me some top 3 skills anyone should learn so that the future के next 10 years तक वो survive कर सके और 5 years तक वो survive कर सके. No matter the AI and whatever that comes.
3 best skills is see, observe, talk well, and listen the right things. Other than that, all the skills are practical application. But these are the 3 skills that one should know always. Always be proper. You need to be aware of the 3 things properly in your life, because these 3 things will always take you to the highest height possible. Yeah, it's a very simple answer and a very straightforward answer. Yeah, like आँख से अच्छे से देखो, नजरिया अच्छा होना चाहिए, अच्छी बातें करो, किसी को बुरा बोलोगे तो सामने वाला आपसे बात नहीं करेगा, अच्छी बातें करो, प्रैक्टिकल बातें करो और लोगों का सुनो, because a good listener is a very great leader and we all want to be leaders in our own spaces, right? So always listen.
And if you had to redesign youth's mindset from scratch, how would you do it? आपका क्या aim होता उसमें?
See, I'm not a person to design a mindset, because when we're into the education profession, we are here to adapt to the mindset that you have and shape it, not design your own mindset. Because what happens is that when we design somebody's mindset, that person is following a particular mindset, not having his own mindset. Right? So we should never rather design anybody's or rather change the narrative. We always have people coming from different mindsets and different perspectives teaching us. So it's always important for people to have the great mindset and the worst mindset. There's nothing great and worst in us. In their own spaces, they're all legends. But to us who are not judging but who are observing with their eyes open, we want to adapt to good things of everything.
That's interesting perspective. And one last question, that if you had to say something to Gen Zs, it can be good, it can be positive, it can be negative, it can be your advice, it can be something, the experience that you have been carrying for years, what that would be?
Only 3 things. 3 words. Just have fun.
Just have fun. That's it.
Because that is the most important thing in your life. You have only one life. We think that we're going to live till 80 years. After 50, you're going to struggle. So just have fun. How much ever you can travel, how much ever you can party, study, do whatever you want, just have fun.
And as you said, we had fun in this episode. So thank you so much, Rinesh, sir, for doing this. And the insights you shared, that the way you have an atmosphere at your JD Institute, I believe there should be more institutes such across India where they are welcoming students with their own mindset, teaching them how to, not completely changing their mindset, but giving them a fruitful direction. Because as we believe that Gen Z today have so many things to explore, but उनको वो clarity अगर वो direction दे दिया, so there can be like a huge progress. And I believe the way, the exposure and the environment that you people offer is something I believe more institutes in India should bring up today. And thank you so much, Rinesh, for joining on this episode.
Thank you so much. Guys, again, there's so many things that in the podcast we covered. If anything is subjective, I'm sorry. But, it's all like we can launch.